The Diocese of Verona is a Roman Catholic ecclesiastical territory in northern Italy. It has its seat in Verona, Veneto. History. The Carmen Pipinianum, which includes a description of Verona and its churches, gives a list of the first 8 bishops: St. Eupropius, Dimitrianus, Simplicius, Proculus, Saturninus, Lucilius, Grissinus, and St. Zeno. Less important is the famously called Velo di Clasp, now believed to be the altar cover from San Fermo e Rustico in Verona. Piagnetta of Class in Ravenna, on which are represented not only the bishops of Verona, but also other saints and bishops of other dioceses venerated at Verona in the 9th century, St. Zeno having been the 8th bishop, the period of St. Eupropius, and therefore of the erection of the see, must be placed not before the temporary peace given to the Church under Emperor Gallienus, but rather under the first period of the reign of Diocletian, when the Church enjoyed peace. In the same Carmen, mention is made of St. Firmus and St. Rusticus, martyred at Verona, probably under Maximian. Zeno is called a martyr in the Carmen, and is placed in the time of Gallienus. At any rate, the existence of a distinguished street, Zeno, Bishop of Verona, a contemporary of St. Ambrose of Milan, and author of a series of religious discourses, is historically attested. So as the ancient documents know but one bishop of that name, it must be concluded that, as early as the 9th century, the legend had corrupted chronology. For the rest, we know from the sermons of St. Zeno how deeply paganism was still rooted in Verona in his time, particularly in the country districts. His successor was Syagrius. Other bishops were St. Petronius, Gaudentius, St. Valens, Salatius and Junior, who joined the schism of the 3 chapters, Hanno, Rataldus, who imposed community life on the canons and reorganized the education of the clergy. Among the masters of his school, the deacon Pacifica was eminent for his knowledge of Greek and Hebrew, although the Italian historian Cristina La Rocca disputes this acclaim as 12th century fabrication. Nottingham was the first to denounce the heretic goddess Calchas. Adelidus was excommunicated for invading the monastery of Non-Antula. Ratherius, a Benedictine and a distinguished author, was thrice driven from his see by usurpers, among whom was the notorious Manasses of Arles. He also fostered learning in the cathedral school. Joanne was distinguished for sanctity and learning. Bruno, who wrote some interpretations of Scripture, was killed by one of his chaplains. In the time of Bishop Ognibene, a distinguished canonist, Pope Lucius III died at Verona in 1185, after meeting Emperor Frederick I Barbarossa and holding a synod there in 1184, and issuing the papal bull Ad Abolendam on November 4 of that year. Thereat too was held the conclave which elected Pope Urban III, who spent nearly all of his brief pontificate at Verona. Bishops Jacopo da Braganza and Gerardo Cosadocca were exiled by the tyrant Azelino. Manfredo Roberti suffered insult and imprisonment at the hands of the Ghibellines. Bonaventura died in the odor of sanctity. Bartolomeo della Scala, a Benedictine, was calumniated to his nephew Mastino, Lord of Verona, who slew him with his own hand, and among the penalties for this crime inflicted by Pope Benedict XII was the revocation of the privilege of nominating bishops. Pietro della Scala reformed the lives of the clergy and vainly endeavored to bring the canons under his own jurisdiction instead of that of the Patriarch of Aquileia. When the Visconti dynasty obtained possession of Verona, Pietro was banished. Francesco Condalma founded the College of Acolytes to add to the beauty of public worship and to form a learned and pious clergy. The school still exists. This institution was necessary because, with the establishment of the University of Verona, the cathedral school had been suppressed. and the young clerics who attended the university were at the time dispensed from officiating in church functions. The acolytes of the new college were obliged both to study and to attend ecclesiastical functions. Emilia Barbaro also did much for the reform of the diocese. Cardinal Giovanni Michiel was a munificent restorer of the cathedral and the episcopal palace, as also was Cardinal Marco Corna. For Gian Matteo Ghiberti, Pietro Lippomano and Luigi Lippomano, see articles under the respective names. Agostino Valier was a cardinal. Sebastiano Pisani was his zealous pastor. Giovanni Bragadin was a mirror of all the virtues. In his episcopate the Patriarchate of Aquileia was suppressed, and Pope Benedict XIV brought the chapter under the bishop's jurisdiction and laid down wise rules for the government of the diocese. Giovanni Andrea Avogadro abdicated the seat to return to the Society of Jesus. Councils of Verona worthy of note are those of 1184, at which Pope Lucius III presided, and 1276, against the Bogomilian Patarines, who were somewhat numerous in the Veronese territory, even among the clergy. At Verona is the mother house of the Sons of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and their college for the Central African missions. The Congregation of the Stimigini was also founded at Verona on the 4th of November 1816 as Congregation of the Sacred Stigmata. The diocese was the suffragan first of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Aquileia, then of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Udine. Since 1818 it has been suffragan of Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Venice. Ordinaries. Diocese of Verona. Erected 3rd century Latin name, Veronensis. Metropolitan.